Hi, welcome to the next edition of porting a sweet standard deck to Pioneer and see if we can compete in the current format. Today, there was a sweet Temur Smuggler's Copter deck. It's built around dragons. We're going to see if we can't port that over to Pioneer and see if we can't do good with it. If you like this kind of content, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Let's get there together. Let's get into this deck and see the deck in action. So, first things first, the deck didn't have like 8 elves, of course. We're playing full 8 elves. Got some drowners back to get the little bit extra copies of Mystic. I also play a Bone Crusher Giant, nice upgrade. Sadly, I don't have all the copies of Regent on the client, so I can't play a full 5. But I am playing some Imrith, which is pretty sweet, which I cut some Regents for. I have some Tarkas in the deck to pair with our Urnol. So we have a lot of ways of having a giant dragon come down and clean up the board. Surprise, and then we have Exhale. And then we have some change equations for red, negate as a way to fight through blue-based strategies with dispute. We have Hearse for graveyard hate. Radiant Flames is a nice way of cleaning up the board. Since we have so many different colors, it's probably better to have one that's not so dependent on double pip. 3 Jace, just solid against control and stuff like that. And then we have a couple Baloffs for Pixie balance stacks, and also potentially also pretty reasonable into aggro, right? Because we could probably cut down on some Rattle, Worm, something like that. Gain life, much better. So that's our deck we're trying out today. Let's get into it. Play an elf, say go. Real question here is, do I want to get this Fable Passage on blue or red? Black, so probably not so much on Bone Crusher. Actually, it's kind of just tells me for me, right? Because if he gets rid of the Regent, then I get red. If he gets rid of the Bone Crusher Giant, then I get blue. So, kind of works itself out, I suppose. All right, I'm getting blue then. Or that helps out as well. Go ahead. Now the question here, do I grab a red source or still another blue? I don't think I'm going to cast this thing for the full 6 mana, so I think I'm going to just draw 3 and discard a card. That kind of sucks, but whatever. Thoughtseize doing Thoughtseize things. So we're going to crack this, grab a red source. I'm pretty sure I don't have a desert, so I'll put that down. And smack for 1, say go. A Fable. So we're facing probably demons. Actually, we'll go ahead and attack. Shove in there. Make it become a 3/3. Got it. So against mid-range. Probably trim on elves. I guess Baloff is an option. Besides that, Drowner, whatever. Jace, probably a little bit better. Another elf or a Jace, or I don't like that. Thoughtseize inbound? Sure. Bone Crusher's kind of pointless. Could take a Jace, I guess. Elf, go. I don't know what I'm doing next turn. Shock myself for the Dispelling, but that's not really great either. Torch, that's not a big deal. Go. I don't really have that much red mana. Okay, maybe I should trim the Bone Crusher Giants. Hindsight, we don't have much red. I didn't realize that. I guess I took that standard mana, and I wasn't aware that, yeah, we didn't have enough. Go ahead. We do have the desert that filters, but probably put some Triumphs in here, to be honest. We're kind of a tap land deck anyways, so it shouldn't hurt too much. Go ahead. Yeah, we need a land really bad. I can't do nothing. I mean, if I counter that, what's the point? I guess I make him tap out. Maybe that would have been wise, because he wouldn't have the mana for the Mutavault to turn it on. I mean, he should know that I was going to do that, right? Yeah. Crack that. Grab a red source. And get down a Spraddle Worm Goat. Shocks himself. making a 6/6 demon, and then turning. Do you turn on the Volt? What do you need the extra shock for? I mean, I'll be happy to make this trade. It guarantees me a land, which is relevant. So I think I have to attack, right? He can kill my Bone Crusher, but I mean, I'm not winning the game if he does. So if I take 2/2, yeah, that's the game. Run it back. Okay. Oh, go. Now what? You gonna just Thoughtseize or are you gonna Fatal Push? Alright, takes Jace probably. Oh. Or not. Had you go. Croxa. Jace looks pretty bad in that Croxa. I do not need to fuel your Croxa. Been that. Had ya. Go ahead. So, I think I have to turn on the Vine Stock this turn. Okay. Get rid of a Mystic and then my Yard. Copters, that's interesting. Turn on the Vine. And hit ya. Go ahead. So now I go to 6. Which means I could do the cheat mode. But I need more to get digging. 6, 7. What are you going to make me do here? Either mode is kind of bad. I mean, that's fine, I suppose. I guess it made you, made me attack you, the Liliana. Maybe it's not even worth it. I just went face. Alright, hit you to 3. That is a chump blocker. Crux is also a blocker. Go ahead. So if I stomp his face, is a 1. There's no world where he attacks me, right? Go ahead. Sure. See what you do here. Do you attack me? Probably doesn't. Flash and Rattle Worm. Put a Bone Crusher. Hit you for 6. Means you have to chomp. Go ahead. So now I Rattle Worm, grab the bounce land. Okay. That's a beating. But now you have no black mana. Yeah. Alright. I think that's 1-0. Let's get to the next. Bull Wave. Okay. Elf. Go. Next turn I could Triumph Elf. Pyromancer. More bird. Tap land. Go. So 4 mana. We have to get to 8. I don't know how that's going to pan out for me, but I have to definitely trade. Fable Passage. Pylons. I'm not a fan of that right now. Etcha. Go. Kind of worried, but so far, nothing. I guess we're destined to draw it. Might as well play the tap land. I have nothing else to do with it. Go ahead. Alright, counter that. So, definitely needed that to not resolve, that's for sure. If I can even get to this, it has to be that. 5, 6. A Den of Bugbear. That's sealing my fate faster. Oh. Go ahead. I need the Den to turn on so I can blow them out. That sucks. Sadly, it didn't turn on the den. So there goes my Mystic. That's fine. And play with fire. Come on, Dak, give me a good card here. Go ahead. Screaming Nemesis. That's a problem. Because I can't really block it. Take it. Okay. That's a thing, I suppose. But then again, what am I doing? Like, he's just going to replay it and hit me again with it. So I might as well just smack you for 10, I suppose. Yeah, the Nemesis beats me, though. So there's the Ruins, I guess. So we have these, this, trim these, a Limerith, and a Elf. I don't like that. So I need to lead off with the Fatal Passage. Crack it for red. Go. Next turn we can play a tap pool. Swiss Bia. Hits me. Go ahead. Swifty. About a Drowner. I think I call his bluff. So use whatever you have. Okay. Kind of what I was hoping for. And wipe the board. Go. Needlehead. Get rid of the Needlehead. Elf. Tap land. Go. Pyromancer. Now I'm at 10. Hedge up. Go. I'm at 10. Do you have a Monstrous Rage? Okay. I'm calling your bluff. Lightning Strike. Obliterating Bolt. Much worse. So we play Bone Crusher. Hatch ya. Go. Now, depending on what he does, I could Stomp or I could just play a 3. How much life gain do I have in this deck? 2, 4. 4 life gain pieces. I think I just stop it now. Go. Another Nemesis. Frustrating. Sure. So now we get down to 2. This is very unfortunate. Go. I guess you have another Nemesis. Like, you literally couldn't have any better 2 cards. Sure, Pyromancer for the win. Alright, let's get into the next match. A mountain, huh? Tap land, go. Eidolon. I need lands, please. Stomp, go. Fable, some good. Not a Screaming Nemesis. Not looking great, though. Stomp, go. One of these days, I'll draw a land. This is Mono Red Devotion. AC. Go. One of these days. Seriously, I'll draw a land, and I'll be so happy. On the other hand, I am facing a deck that's super based. Sadly, I don't think this deck got anything new. Chain Whirler. Okay. Yeah, that kills my Drowner. Oh yeah, there's a land. We're finally in business. So, do I grab a island or a forest? I think an island. Elf. Go. That's a lot of damage. Okay, I am so dash. So dash. Alright, this time we just will not get land screwed like that. Easy peasy. I think I definitely trimmed one of those last time. It's not exactly the same as aggro, but you know, it's kind of close. And one elf, I guess, run it like that. Elf, go. We have 24 lands, so we're not really that light. I don't know what's going on here. Go. I need a blue source off the top. That is not a blue source. Alright, another elf. Smack it. Go. Okay, that sucks. Oh my gosh. Go. Torbrandt, that's not that bad. I just need lands. Please. For the love of gosh. Where's my lands? Even if I get a blue source, I can't get to that. So I have to basically block here. Wow. Oh. Dash. Oh. Look, another elf. Not a land. Okay. Let's get another wrap up. 1 and 2 with the deck. So what do we learn this week about this deck overall? Like, reported from standard, I thought the mana base would have been fine. I had made some modifications, putting in some pools, catcher triumphs, and another mountain. Even then, like, it still felt pretty horrible. Almost every single game we lost, it was because we literally got stuck on lands. And it seemed to be a norm here. Of course, like I said, it was a big problem that we don't have the 4th copy of Regent. Which really would allow this deck to probably be a lot stronger because we could get our lands and curve out much more consistently. But the caveat, like, I don't know. Like, this deck seems like it's missing something. We were not often able to get double blue, and we couldn't really get red all that often. Double red was nearly impossible. So overall, I think this deck could be cooking in the future, but I think the mana base needs to be tuned more. I don't think we necessarily need to go this many basics. I understand we have so many basics because the original deck had 4 copies of Regent in it from standard. So maybe that's the pivot, and Atarka really should be the Regent. But then again, we didn't really even draw the Atarka, so, you know, so if you just replaced it, it wouldn't have done anything different. We still would have got stuck on lands. We still got stuck on green sources, not the other colors, which is something we actually needed in the matches. So overall, like I said, most of our losses seemed like it came from lands. Screw or just not the right colors. Even with them not the right colors, like, still we ended with 3 or 4 lands, even when we didn't get the right colors. So you still could argue that it's just land screw, because at that point in the game, we should already be like 6 lands, 5 or 6 mana available to us, but we were just short, and a ramp deck. So overall, I think this deck needs 1 more land. I'm not sure where I would trim for it, and I definitely think the 4th copy of Regent could help. But again, it's not going to help with the issues that we need red and we need blue. And that doesn't seem to help with that. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this list. Honestly, it seems like it might have been just a fluke in standard, because there's not a huge amount of changes that I made porting it to Pioneer. It's just that I didn't have the Regents. So I swapped it out and I put Bone Crushers in for a little bit of extra target removal. That's also a decent body that clogged up the board in the mid-game. So I figured that we could help against aggro more. But, you know, we just didn't draw red, even with that. So I'll talk to you guys next time.